Greetings, mortals. I am Natus, one of the rulers of Hell, or specifically Manga Hell, and today we'll be reacting to the newest chapter of Fire Force. Literally this time. Chapter 286, titled Plunge into Certain Death. Well, you're on the nose there, right? Wait, I don't have a nose. A little on the... Shit, is there anything here that has a nose? Who cares about noses? We all rip them, right, Voldemort? Yeah, he said yes, even though we're in a completely different hell, but I feel like he probably sniffed right now when I said that. But yeah. Anyways, now this chapter title, I really am curious how much of it we're gonna get. I'm guessing we're gonna focus more on Shinra now, since the last chapter's ending with Raymond be like, it's all up to you, Shinra. So we'll see. Although it's also possible we'll get Shinra's doppelganger attacking, or whoever that unknown doppelganger is. So yeah. Now let's get into this chapter finally. Now the first page is some weird swirls and a bunch of numbers. I'm guessing it's supposed to be the pin or whatever. Whatever that thing is called. And yeah, there's nothing much to say about it, just it looks weird. It's all hell. So yeah. Let's get to the actual first page. And now we start with how this eye looks from outer space. Where we see it standing on top of the planet, which I know we've already had confirmed that this eye is like supposed to be super massive and all, but it really enough looks to be. It looks kind of weird in this perspective. Like it's so big that it's actually above the moon in some cases, since the moon is in there, and I don't see an opening that could fit. Although when it comes to people talking, it seems to be more like a giant tower or something, or when they are looking up to the thing. So it's a bit weird, but I guess that's supposed to be like the whole point of it. So yeah, anyways, Naresh is like, the spear stays down the work, and Shino and Su save it. Oh, I guess Shino and Su are going there to fight it. Then we get a close-up of its eye that seems to have a couple of holes around, which I'm not sure if those are already created, since Arthur cut through it, not not stick it full of holes. So yeah. Although now that we are okay again, like this is another one of those. That thing looked to be way out of atmosphere. This thing look like you just see a shadow of it. But now it seems to be like right below the fucking city. Like if we looked out the window right now, we would actually be able to see the thing. Which I think that's weird is the fact that this one actually does seem to be cut. Like we actually do see like a bit of cross lines from Arthur's attack, so it's even weirder. So yeah, anyways, we have Shu on top of Shinra, as Shinra's using his shoes to be in the sky. And then Shu starts talking, be like, brother, it's our turn to now. Make mankind's despair won't end as long as that googly eye exists. A pretty fine way to describe it. And then we have, so this is a dollar. And then Shu starts explaining, and this too is thought given form throughout of the spirit madness. While we can see that it exists right here at the same, it does not. Oh, so is that an explanation why it's? So is that an explanation on why it seems to like change in size all over the place? Because that would actually make somewhat sense. Like it exists for a cool visual on the planet, but also makes for a cool visual when people look up at it. Although I'm kind of surprised how people's despair equals a giant eyeball. So yeah, then we have Shino respond with, so basically while this is here, the cataclysm won't stop. Which now makes me wonder what would happen if no one, like, if everyone just kind of let their lives live as they would be. And they wouldn't succumb to despair. Like, would people just be like falling to despair because there's a giant eyeball staring at it? Or is it gonna be like the most unintimidating, I'm gonna strike you, like that big cat character from regular show where he was basically just like staying in the bush, be like, I will have my vengeance. But I think he was just in the bush the entire time and looking at it for no reason. So yeah. Then we have Shino flying somewhere else to our place. It seems to have like a weird kind of hole which I'm guessing is where the pillars are fallen out of, which might be the actual holes on in the thing. So yeah. Anyways, then we have Shinra being like, "This is the origin of humanity's despair, and we are going to extinguish it." Then Shu goes, puts his hand up there, seems to touch it, and then Shin was like, Shu, when I was on the brink of straying from the path and was always called a demon, it was the fact that I had you and mom that kept my heart in peace. I guess this is referring to when he was, consumed by rage. And then we get Shu saying, please guide me one last time, my guardian angel. And then Shu kind of blushes and he's like, leave it to me, that's why I'm here. Which is kind of true. And then we have them, I guess either the eye absorbing it or something else absorbing it too. And she was then like, how many of the other pillars are in there? We are about to go into the world of the perception. Well, some Otaku is also down, but let's be fair, she wouldn't know about that. Or maybe he would, I'm not sure exactly. And then she was like, we may never come back. As she was like, I have disintegrated into microscopic particles. Now I'm going into a world of perception. I think I've got the hang of doing the impossible by now. So I guess this is kind of like trying to come shoot down a bit. And yeah, it kind of seems to work. As Shoot Ninja says, here we go, $12. As they go, put their hands in, and they fall into it. That seems to be like kind of like being like thrown through glass, sorta, or thrown through paper. I'm not exactly sure which one. As we see them falling, and then she's noticing something, and that is, oh great, we're going to the good old fashioned taking real world pictures and just making them black and white and gray. Oh great, as if the seventh pillar hasn't given me nightmare flashes. Oh my god, that woman, man, when she gets here, I'm gonna send her into the. No, wait, level 13 is on my district, so she will not be there. And she's too evil for level 1. I'll make sure that she's nowhere near me, that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, anyways, we get to the pictures, which. Okay, the first picture is supposed to be the Wizard of Oz. I feel like the first picture is the Wizard of Oz. Because we see a giant tornado where it looks to be like a field. Which I'm not sure if it's the Wizard of Oz, but I'm thinking it is. And then we get a picture that seems to be a bunch of World War crafts flying around as a bunch of rubble, probably from either a natural disaster or from a World War. Which, in case you're wondering what our perception is on war, you humans are damn entertaining. And then we get a more depicted actual show off of natural disaster that seems to be like I'm guessing a wildfire or something. It's clear it's also some kind of wild natural disaster, but I'm not sure what it is. Although now I look at it, it may just be a volcano erupting. And here's a picture where it seems to be like a nuke behind Shu and Shinra as they're floating around, which the contrast between the styles is very apparent in this panel. As Shinra is in this panel like, this is, and Shomia tells them the history of humanity's despair. And she was like, everything looks so off. It must be the world before the cataclysm, which is true. Shinra already saw the world before the cataclysm, so I guess he would know. So yeah. And then it should be like the history of mankind always follows the path of despair, anger, hatred, anxiety, artificial destruction, and natural disasters. Finally, someone brings up the fact that nature itself is as evil as all hell. Usually people just ignore it, but I'm happy that Okubo had the balls to actually say it, what is true. And then we have over some pictures of like soldiers fighting each other or fighting. It's just like, I know this image of the space trying to fuse together with our world in order to destroy it. Wait a minute. The fuse? Is he referring to those woke crowds who try to put their own fucking politics into the stores, even no matter how much it doesn't work, with characters who don't make any sense to be used in? Is that what's happening here? Because it feels like that's what Okuba is doing here, which I 100% support in case you're wondering. And then we have Shu being like, we have to stop it, brother. And she was like, yeah, we will. And then we have Shinra and Shu falling down to a weird place. It seems to be kind of erupting or splashing or whatever. As then we have Shinra being like, huh, this place. As he Shinra lands, as we also see that he is the tooth that they're still there. Which I wonder if that's supposed to symbolize something. I'm not sure. So anyways, Shina steps down as he looks into a giant like pillar type of thing right above them as we see like the stereotypical Adola look, like the black flames, there's weird spines and bones over. That's basically what we see. And then we have Shelby like, it feels like I've been here before. When and then Shu's like, and then Shu tells him exactly or confirms our suspicions of this being a dollar. And it's like, when you and I connected by that a dollar link, we were in this place. And then the Shin is like, sister and the other pillars are all here. That pillar. As he takes a note of it, and they start to fly there. I'm not sure how Shu is flying right now. Maybe now he isn't holding on to Shinra. Maybe he's like able to use his ability to like kind of float all over the place or something. I'm not sure. Or maybe he's doing the same thing he did with Arrow, where he just like hop from one to one. As they have shown me like it looks just like Amaterasu as they land right before the pillar, and then she tries to get an explanation to why it is. Be like, perhaps this image was projected by humanity's subconsciously as they built Amaterasu. And then we have someone talking, King, and be like, indeed, we humans are always simply moving according to God's plan. As Shinran Shuno says, and she's like, there you are, Haumea, as we see Haumea in a rather chill smile, surprisingly enough, for a psychopath. And then we get Haumea, as well as Inca and that creepy as asshole old ass sister. As Haumea's like, we've been waiting ever so patiently for you, he who is the savior. So yeah, take a note of the fact that Iris and the first pillar or Amaterasu, whatever you want to call her, aren't here anywhere to be seen. So yeah. Also, we don't get anything from Inga the sister, which for the sister part is a good thing. As for Inga, it's kind of weird though. I wonder what is up with her. Like we haven't seen her since like she and Shino entered that, and then we just like had like really minimal expressions, more like just in the background, similar to this image, more like there but not really do talk or anything much. I wonder if she's been mentally broken or something, because she did disappear before Shino or something, so I'm not sure. So yeah, anyways, then we have Amira speaking, the fate of this world rests upon your shoulders. And then we have Shinra kind of reacted to this personality shift since, Hamia is more childish, more crazy type of person, so it's kind of weird to have her speak like this. And he's like, are you really Homea? And then she explains a bit more on the personality shift, and he's like, that is how Homea originally was. Before. And she was like, before? And Shomir says, Homea was born as a saint, but was corrupted by humanity's portrait thought. She's likely the only person capable of handling the collection and consciousness of all humanity's sins. As we see, like, we have more like a holy kind of lie over Homea, which just looks odd if you ask me. Or just very contrary to the character. As she was like, on top of that, Homea was also hearing the divine relation of the god. And then we have Homea grabbing her crown as she seems to get ready to move it, as she says, I use this crown to block my vision, but I've always been listening, both humanity's unconsciousness and God's revelation. And now I've gained a new understanding. As she starts to put her mask over her eyes to reveal, as Shunya seems to be getting a little shocked, and then we have her fully removing her hat, her crown, while Shinra and Shulok with Shinra getting a bit of a shudder and be like, what? And then then cock teasing Okubo's cock teasing us here, or by not showing us her full face, as she just says, as she would completely move and be like, "Let's end this world together." And the narration is like, with the saint's eyes revealed, the face of despair is made known. Can the hero save the world and this girl who fell into despair? So yeah, two things. The final page here is actually Homea like completely covered in shadows. So I'm not sure if that's supposed to like block it until the next chapter or if that's supposed to be taken as literally. Literally, since we don't see as it was cut and I'm not getting the cut version or something, I'm not sure. But needless to say, it's completely covered in shadows. So yeah, I'm not sure if this is supposed to be how it literally looks like or it's just gonna be revealed in the next chapter. Now, as for my theory on what's gonna happen, is that this is just visualizing it for us to watch into the next chapter, which is I feel like the next chapter is gonna open up or is gonna reveal that the person that Homea is actually Iris, or Homea, Amaterasu, and Iris are all the same beings, basically. Like both Homea and Iris are Amaterasu's doppelgangers. That's what I think is gonna be the real. Like, makes sense. I know that's me. Like, we saw Tago that he left, while Amaterasu and Iris should both still be there. Yet we don't see either of the two there, but we do see how Maya removing it. Plus, all three are blondes, so in that regards, it does make sense why these two would be. I don't even think Homea and Iris have even interacted ever, so it would even make sense on that part. So again, right now my money is on next chapter is gonna be revealed that this is actually Iris. So yeah. Also the next, in case you're wondering, the next chapter 287's title is The Holy Woman of Despair. Yeah, again, I'm pretty sure that's going to be revealed to be Iris. I mean, it makes sense to a degree. The only problem is the fact that we did kind of see a picture of all four or eight of them one way back when they were still, where even Shina was still, and she was where everyone before everyone broke out of there with Amaterasu and Iris. But I feel like right now it's gonna be revealed that Haumea is all three of them at the same time. Now, of course, that will also mean that she's gonna spoil it. What Iris? That's you, but how? It's impossible. Which again will be explained by another doppelganger, which makes three doppelgangers. Which kind of makes sense, not or not really. I'm not exactly sure, but I guess it's gonna be explained in the next chapter. I mean, it seems like a lot of things get explained in chapters, but they also don't get explained in the last couple of chapters. So we'll see. Anyways, tell in the comments below you think that it's gonna be revealed in the next chapter that Iris and Homea are the same person, or Homea and Iris are both doppelgangers, or whatever. Just talk in comments below, or if you think something else is gonna be the reveal. So yeah. Well, with that said, I cannot, I cannot wait. With that said, I cannot wait to see all of you people next time. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more videos in the future. And with that said, I cannot wait to see all of you people next time. Goodbye.